What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another math puzzle. In this one, the question is as follows. Each shape represents a unique digit from 1 through 9. Find the value of each shape. Hit that pause button and see if you can figure it out. When you're ready, hit play, and I'll give you the explanation. So the way I'm going to figure this out is I'm actually going to assign variables to each of the colors. So I'm going to call the triangle X, the green square Y, and this hexagon Z. Now, this is a very important statement. They're unique digits, meaning X cannot equal Y, Y cannot equal Z, etc. So right off the bat, you see when we're subtracting these two, right? You might think, well, if X equals Y, that would make sense to have nothing here, but they don't equal each other. There must be a difference. So the only way that we're going to go a 3-digit minus a 3-digit down to a 2-digit, and these are different, is this has to be one more than Y. So you imagine, right, like 492 minus 397, just as an example. So to do the subtraction, 2, we need to borrow from the 9, gives us an 8. That way we can do that subtraction. Then we need to borrow again from here. That's going to bring these down to the same level. That's going to be why we end up with nothing in the hundreds column. So then this means that X must be one more than Y. That further means that if X is one more than Y, meaning it's larger than Y, Y minus Z to get X means we're gonna have to borrow to do the subtraction, to get Y minus Z to get something bigger than Y. So that means one of two things, right? We're gonna have Y, we're gonna borrow from the X, meaning it's gonna be Y plus 10 minus Z is going to give me X. That's one possibility. The other possibility is Z is going to have to borrow from Y first, right? So Y is already going to be reduced by 1, so it's going to be Y minus 1. Then we're going to borrow from X, so we're going to add 10, then we're going to subtract Z, and we're going to somehow get X. So these are the two possible equations. Now I can do a little bit of substitution, and we can start to figure out our possible values for Z, because X equals Y plus 1. So I'm going to plug that into both of these equations. So for the top one, we get Y plus 10 minus Z equals Y plus 1. That's going to cancel out the Y's like so. And then we got 10 minus Z equals 1. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. Negative Z equals 1 minus 10, which is negative 9. So Z would equal 9 in this situation. And what about here? Again, we're going to substitute in Y plus 1 for X, but first let's combine like terms. Negative 1 plus 10 is 9, so we got Y plus 9 minus Z equals, instead of X, we got Y plus 1. We're going to cancel these guys out, minus 9 from both sides. Negative Z equals negative 8. Z equals 8. So now we have our two possibilities for Z. Z can either equal 8 or 9. Now let me show you the problem with 8. If I have an 8 here, right? If you have an even number subtracting another number, I'm supposed to get something for Y that is 1 less than X. This is pretty much not going to happen. Let me show you. If X is 3, we would get 5. So that obviously wouldn't work because, again, we want X to be 1 more than Y. Let's try 4. Well, now they're going to be equal. We, of course, know that that's not a possibility. And then what about 5, right? That would give us 3 here. So again, they're 2 apart, which means that Z is actually going to have to be odd. So that means we can eliminate 8, but 9 is a viable possibility. Now, X is going to have to be 1 more than Y. So what are our possibilities, right? We could have X be 7, Y be 6, but that's not going to work here, right? 9 minus 7 is 2. So we have to get two numbers that when I subtract the X from the Z, I'm going to get Y. So the only possibility is going to be X being 5, because 9 minus 5 is 4, and that works out. So now we're going to fill in the rest. That's 4, this is 4, this is 5, again, 1 apart like we predicted, and then 5 down here. Now let's see if this actually works. 9 minus 5 is indeed 4. 4 minus 9 we can't do, so we are going to have to carry just like we predicted, and we're going to take that 5 away, make it a 4, and then 14 minus 9 is 5. 4 minus 4 is 0. That's how you do it. Done. I hope you guys enjoyed this math puzzle, and if you did, please click that like button. If you want to see more math puzzles on the regular, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.